You're pushing on a button for me when talking about what young voters want in this country and what young voters are saying about what's going on in this country and how they're not having a fair shake right now. Going to college, trying to get a higher learning degree, something like that, costs an arm and a leg. One person, I believe, asked Amy Klobuchar a question about that, about how she always wanted to be a public defender, and I think she's a public defender now, but she's over $100,000 in debt. Public defenders don't make a lot of money, so she owes more now than she did when she graduated college. I mean, there's a lot of pain going on in this country, and what I am like, like what really like gets at me is that especially black people, okay, and I'll say especially black people, especially because we live in South Carolina, and the Democratic base here is black people, black voters. They're going to make up something like 60% of the Democratic electorate. So and I know, everybody knows that these voters, and a lot of them are older voters, that support the establishment time in, time out. People like a Jim Clyburn. When they were younger, what were they going through? They were going through the civil rights movement. They were around that time. They weren't moderates. They were supportive of somebody like Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X. Many people around that time and around that movement. They wanted things to get better radically, dramatically. Now, not in some time, not incrementally. We need change now. We need to be treated like human beings. We need to be treated like civilians. It doesn't matter what kind of skin color we have. We need our human rights. We need our civil rights. So we need progress. We're going to push for progressivism. There's no time like right now. We're gonna go through protests, and we're gonna go through boycotts, all of this, sit-ins, all of this stuff, right? So they were very progressive back in the day. These same people are acting like the moderates that annoyed them so much, and that Martin Luther King had some words about back in the civil rights movement.
So I think that the issue is maybe they think they've created the ideal world, and the people that have come up after them, who are advocating for change in the world that they think is ideal, maybe has them feeling a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Comfortable.
They're comfortable. Some of them, and it's not just a sense of comfort, but it's a sense of pride in the world that they help create. But they think it's ideal. So anybody asking or requesting or demanding that this world change, they take it as an insult or something. And I think that's probably part of it. They don't want to realize that the world we live in now, the world that we helped create, yes, it has progressed, but it has progressed in bad ways too. And like you mentioned, like people having a hard time surviving, paying for school, it's simple. Wages have not kept up with the cost of living. It's not that complicated, and it's easy to see. So obviously something has to change, and there's a lot of moderates who don't even want to take that step. So of course, when young people and or people who recognize that this world tends to push a lot of people down and hold a lot of people down, of course they're going to be, I guess, they're not going to like that particular type of politics. They're not going to like it because they almost feel like they're to blame for it. They almost feel like they're to blame for it.
So like they helped get in the society to this point to where things are better. So I guess if we're saying that no, I mean, yeah, it's not like we're saying that no, things aren't better whatsoever. Like you acknowledge, things are dramatically better than they were 50 years ago. But we understand that. But like you said, things have changed for the worse in other areas. Can we address those things as well? Can we have a movement, a progressive movement, to change those things that are putting people in pain right now?
Well, naturally, when a society progresses, like new issues come about.
Of course.
So even when certain things may get better, some of the new problems that arise based on how society moves forward don't get addressed.
And those problems are because there's always a resistance, and there's always corporate interest. There's always greed. So yeah, things have gotten better in some ways, But you know these people are innovative, right? They want to keep their wealth. They want to keep their status. So okay, you may have made some amends here. You may have improved society in this way, but got you over here. I got you. I got you. Well, you're not gonna do anything over here, at least not for a while. And we know that there are gonna be several people aren't even being paid to do it, but they're gonna be doing the work for the elites. They're gonna be defending the elites, and it's and it's so crazy that the ones right now are defending the elites were the ones that were pushing against them years ago. That's absolutely insane.